Now it's with great joy I'd like to introduce our very first story from the seats, Miss Josie Davis.
Okay, all right. Thank you for having me, and I don't think it's limited to 250 words. I did not count them. Oh, okay. But I did bring my watch to try to limit it to the 5 minutes that they told me. Oh, what a challenge. I am a storyteller, and I do not have it all written down. It is from the heart that I share with you. I have a couple of notes because I do want to make sure that you know that what I'm going to share with you, and the only reason I think that you might care about it is because I believe that God gives you the desires of your heart. At least that's my story, and with Grace. God has given me the answer to a prayer I never uttered. It never crossed my mind. It never crossed my lips. I'm not even sure I knew it was there, deep in my heart. My husband and my boys and I came and joined over 20 years ago. I don't know when. I don't have that kind of memory. The memories I have are those of wanting to be in a church where the love of Christ was taught, the love of God, his forgiveness, his plan, how we are part of his spirit, how we receive everything from God. I was already a Christian. I already had a deep faith. I've been a child of God and known that since my earliest recollection because I was born into a Christian home and always a part of loving Christ-centered churches. But God brought us to this church not just so that the whole family could continue to grow in faith and in love and to serve, because they go hand in hand. This church is about ministering to the members, to you and to me, and being there for what we need to grow and to learn, but also to serve. If there's no service, there's no evidence, there's no display, there's no way to really experience God's love without offering. And so for years, whether it was holding babies in the nursery or when I helped with Sunday school, when I was blessed enough to be part of a confirmation class, whether it was supporting the trips to Mexico, or more recently to Louisiana, the unforgettable trip to Guatemala, the blessing, because we show up to serve, and then what we find out is that we are blessed beyond anything that we can comprehend. So I'm here to tell you about something that you may already know, because you're involved in the prayer groups and the small groups, the Gotta Have Fun group that hasn't kicked me out even though I signed up and have never attended since inception. When my cup runs over and I've come and hugged and blessed and sung and praised, and when I've come and been so broken I could barely walk in, the Stephen ministers, the grief group, the hug, the welcome, the Sunday school lesson, the prayer, the stranger that I get to meet, the gift that God gave me is you. The relationships that form, the relationships between us, brothers and sisters in Christ, the thing that makes God more tangible, more meaningful. See, God intended us to have him first. But God intended us to be a family, brothers and sisters in Christ, seeing the evidence of his love, of his message, of his intention for us. When we serve the stranger or when we're there for each other, listening, learning, healing, connecting. God did not intend for us to be alone. God intended us to be together. Even virtually, we can feel the connection, the often prayer, the recollection. The evidence is in my children who still, those boys still connect and want to connect with those they connected with here as they grew up. They still have God in their heart. You are the answer to the prayer. God knew what I needed. Perhaps what you need or what you needed was different. But God gave me you. And that's my story at Grace Presbyterian. Thank you for listening.